Mondays are usually a struggle. Not today when you've got nice weather like we're enjoying here across central Indiana. It's 6 o'clock and we begin today with an important week of weather with all the race activities.
Right, and we have a pretty active radar that you're watching.
Yeah, we've had some spotty showers and storms today. It's warm, it's muggy, and a summer feel in the forecast for the week ahead. One thing we do need to worry about, especially as we get into practice tomorrow afternoon, much like today, we may have some spotty showers and thunderstorms. Of course, practice gets underway out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway tomorrow. I'm going to have that forecast for you in just a few minutes. We're going to start with radar. We've had some spotty thunderstorms across the western part of the state within the last hour. Those have moved into portions of Illinois and continue to move in that direction and not impact central Indiana. Although watching what's coming out of the western sections of Ohio, this will bring the eastern sections of the state a chance of some rain. Large storm system sitting down to our south. Lots of warmth, lots of humidity, and a daily storm chance as we look ahead at the week ahead. A lot of what we saw on radar today was spotty, and it's daylight driven. So as we lose daylight, that will fall apart. However, as we start to increase some sunshine tomorrow, destabilize the atmosphere, we get additional showers and thunderstorms expected tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Dry to start our Tuesday with mainly cloudy skies, and then some afternoon and evening thunderstorms tomorrow, highs in the upper 70s.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. Tonight at 6, an Indianapolis man is now behind bars, sentenced for the shooting of an innocent bystander during a road rage incident.
That shooting cost the woman her left eye, and so today, sentencing for the man, Marquise Tipton. He was sentenced to at least 10 years for shooting Susie Warden. This was something that happened back in March of 2023.
Warden was working at Sullivan Hardware and Garden near 71st and Keystone when one of those bullets fired by Tipton smashed through a window, hitting her in the face.
Tonight, IMPD is investigating a stabbing downtown that left one person critically injured.
All of this unfolding around noon today near Pennsylvania and Washington. Police tell us the victim tonight is in critical condition at the hospital.
Police also tell 13 News a person is in custody but is not providing any details about their possible involvement in the attack. Also tonight in Madison County, a Madison County teen is dead after he was reportedly hit by a truck while out running over the weekend.
All of this happening Saturday night in Elwood. Ashton Hackman tonight explains how police tracked down the driver and why no arrest was made.
Madison County Sheriff's deputies say 16-year-old Darkin Jeske was running near Main Street and 9th Street in Elwood. As he crossed Main Street, he was hit by a truck going west. Police said the 77-year-old driver had a green light but kept driving. Witnesses reportedly followed after that man until police detained him nearly 10 miles west in Windfall. He is not facing any charges as police continue to investigate what led up to the crash. Jeske was a freshman wrestler at Tipton High School. His coach said he was shy at first, but quickly grew into his shell.
He was a good teammate. He was a good practice partner. He was always willing to learn and always willing to jump in and give as much as he could to be able to help all the other kids out.
Once the investigation is complete, all of the findings will be handed over to the Madison County prosecutor to decide whether or not to file any criminal charges. In Anderson, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Police tell us that the coroner conducted an autopsy on Jeske today, and the findings will help show which direction the teen may have been crossing the road.
Tonight at 6, several police agencies are now touting their work to address spinning and reckless driving across our city.
IMPD, Indiana State Police, and the Beech Grove Police Department say they've worked together to crack down on what they've deemed dangerous activities. They announced that they issued 47 tickets, made at least 7 arrests, and recovered 2 stolen vehicles Saturday night alone.
One of these cases involved a chase on I-70 early Sunday morning. Police say the driver of a white Dodge Challenger led police on a chase before officers eventually stopped the vehicle.
Once officers reopened a lane of traffic, police say then a drunk driver backed into another car and was arrested. And then, shortly after that, police say a truck slowly started rolling toward them, avoiding the crash before hitting the stopped Challenger. A chain reaction of events there. Police say both people in the truck had passed out prior to the crash, and they were arrested too.
A man is expected to be charged tomorrow after police tell us he intentionally drove a truck into the juvenile detention center in Johnson County.
Tonight, Jenny Renovich shows us the damage and also talks with the worker who was put at risk.
Well, that truck crashed right through concrete. These used to be concrete bollards blocking the entrance. Now, the entrance is all boarded up after what the sheriff calls a deliberate act of violence.
Zachary Staggs and Ryan Starr were inside when the truck rammed into the building Sunday morning. Along with 24 kids, they narrowly missed getting hurt. But the impact left behind mangled metal, shattered glass, and crushed concrete. And the driver told deputies he did this on purpose to send a message. He wrote "Fathers Matter" on the tailgate of the truck, told investigators he was upset with the court system because he hadn't seen his son in a year. That reasoning baffled workers who call the crash an attack.
You know, what was going through my head was, is this guy trying to get a kid out? Is he armed? Like, you know, all those thoughts are going through your head. So we had to run, get the kids safe, get them in their rooms, and it was crazy. I've never experienced anything like that is for sure.
Now the suspect's being held just across the parking lot at the Johnson County Jail. Prosecutor tells me formal charges expected tomorrow. In Franklin, Jenny Runovich, 13 News.
Police are now investigating a crash that left 6 people hurt, including 4 teens over the weekend.
This happened on Saturday night near Pleasant Run Parkway and Sherman Drive over on the city's east side. The Beech Grove Police Department says a chase began near 17th Street. Police say officers eventually called off the chase, but the suspects kept going and eventually hit another car.
Investigators tell us they arrested 2 men in connection to the crash. Creating more diabetic testing systems right here in Indianapolis. Those are some of the big plans announced earlier today by Roche Diagnostics.
The company revealed a $500 million investment today into manufacturing more continuous glucose monitoring systems. Our Anna Chalker was at that announcement today.
Well, this building behind me will soon be the home for manufacturing continuous glucose monitoring systems here in Indy through Roche Diagnostics. And leaders say this investment will be able to help the more than 38 million Americans living with diabetes.
Diabetes remains one of the most pressing health challenges in the U.S.
That's why Roche officials say they wanted to expand on their diabetic testing manufacturing services here in the U.S.
In 2024, we manufactured over 5 billion diabetes test strips for patients across the world.
Over the next 5 years, the company hopes to grow that number. Roche leaders announced they are investing $550 million into its U.S. headquarters here in Indianapolis to manufacture more CGMs. They'll do this by refurbishing an existing building into this new central hub. Right now, around 3,200 employees work in manufacturing distribution, and Roche expects this expansion to create 650 additional jobs.
Expanding CGM manufacturing in Indianapolis builds on the expertise, enhancing our ability to meet rising demand and deliver innovation.
Roche leaders say they picked this spot in Indianapolis to build on decades of manufacturing here in the state.
This location has strong manufacturing capabilities and a long-standing history of producing diabetes care products for Roche.
And the growing need for diabetes management for Americans has caught the attention of lawmakers. Congressman Andre Carson says this expansion will help solve a nationwide problem.
This isn't a partisan issue, though. Investing in diagnostics testing is a no-brainer. It's good for all Americans. It makes our communities healthier, and it makes our economy healthier.
Roche plans on starting production in 3 years and hopes to partner with local schools to bring in more interest to the jobs created through this hub.
The city has offered a 10-year tax abatement to Roche valued at $40 million for this project.